time again. I think the only thing that I have to question here, Lauren, is whether or not we get another 2 teams down in Leonis, because M19, obviously, they committed to this the previous one. They lost a player. Looks like they're both going out. They'll be them.
If not more, it looks like there's more going to Leonis this time.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of trash of me to say this, but it's kind of like Yasnar in the fact that it will support more than one team, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you then have to bank off the back of it of, well, when we exit this, are we going to lose players?
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
There's the people chilling in here.
That's always the thing you got to look at. But you guys at home again, thank you for your patience during that. We just want to make sure everyone was ready to go. You don't want to rush these sort of things. You can't hurry love, as Phil Collins once told us. So we are going to be seeing the teams going to their selected places. If that's the case, that you've got a couple that do reflex sort of plays. A little bit different this time. If you do look at Rec, for example, the team that do like to go for the very earliest drop available. Scoom out on his own, maybe just trying to split the loop effectively, which I don't really blame them doing. But that circle is the polar opposite of what we had last time. In Game 2, it was southeast after having them going towards the northwest, for example. So they had the horrible circle time. Now here, much better for the teams who dropped out early. Now again, I wonder if that's going to make a big difference. The southern teams aren't going to have the worst of times. It's still relatively okay.
I will say this for Rec, and I will always give them a massive amount of credit for it. It wasn't the circle that actually killed them. It was the fact that they had to fight 2 teams at once, and they just got pretty much picked apart. And as simple as that, they did a really good rotation. They came in where we see Besiktas falling over on Impala, and they managed to work their way in, I think, to about top 10th position. So it wasn't the circle that did them, but again, as you did comment on, a much better circle for these teams that are opting to go to the north or the west. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still outside. Besiktas going for a probably not an early rotation, maybe an early rotation. Or it might just be going on vehicle collections. We've seen time and time again. Players like to drop, grab the vehicles, bring them together, and then begin the loot cycle. I wouldn't have thought they would have only just started looting now. That could be completely wrong, to be honest with you. Again, for Rec, you can see them on screen right now. Happy days for them. They've got all the time in the world. They can do whatever they want. Scoom is off away from the pack. Toxic, they've sent 1 player off all the way to the north. Odenza? Is that how we say it? Odenza.
Just pretend it's like OTH.
Okay, I'm going to call them OES.
No.
Because I'm northern and words are hard for me. So we'll go with OES.
Please don't.
Laron.
Laron.
John Dunnell. I'm not even going to attempt to say it.
Any Danes?
Yes.
Help me out. You're not Danish, are you?
Oh.
Any Danes?
I thought you were going to tell me. Any Danes you can do this. This is how you pronounce it.
No,
we just need Martin in here. No. Martin will come here.
Any other Dane other than
Any
Martin.
other Dane but Martin.
Help me out. Give me like how I say all these names.
Krillian.
Got it. Easy.
Bang on.
Easy clap. The rest, help me out on that one. Give me like the stupid Englanders help. You know what I mean?
It must be like there's certain ones where you can see a letter and you not mispronounce it, but you skip it, don't you? Like you say with.
I assume the H is like skipped. But just hook me up on Twitter @Pansy. Help me. Make me sound like I'm not ignorant. Now let's have a little look across here. Toxic pretty much got the northern side of the circle. Real nice for them. They've got this nice little kind of like line across it, so they're pretty cushy on that fact. The southern side's a little bit more compact. Method very central. Not too surprising. They've been kind of around that marker anyway. First drop going to come through. Not sure when that's going to go towards. Maybe the observer knows more than I. Nope. No, he doesn't.
He was hoping.
Yeah. The classic, please.
Exotico.
There's the Red Diamonds having a look as well.
Look at that, you get a free trip to Erangel there.
Not sure if I'd want to. There's a few things going on there, a bit dodgy.
I mean, it's not there's a couple of water circles, but that's about it.
Moonwolf finished well in the last game.
Impressive. Unfortunately, I just don't think they move fast enough. I think they kind of killed themselves towards their end because they put themselves in a position where you were just walking into a array of people waiting at the bottom. One of them did, one individual player move forward, and that's fair play if you want to send a scout. But I think if they moved the team, they'd have bagged that game, to be honest. But GG's Team Ready, who did pick it up either way. We are into mount number 3 if you are just watching. You can see it up in the left-hand side again. This is Group B. We saw Group A earlier on today, and that's how we're going to be doing it throughout the entirety of the week. It'll be Group A, then Group B on an evening. We do switch up the maps tomorrow. I believe it's 3 Miramar to start, and then we begin with Erangel. So we'll have 2 towards the end of each group, and then on the final day of the groups, it's all Erangel. So a few people will be extremely, extremely happy. So will Hawken. Picks up himself a free drop. We'll see what's in that bad boy. It's going to, oh my word.
They've been kind today, haven't they?
How many is that we've seen already? 4? I think we've seen 4.
Like
there were 2 in the last one. Shiv had one. Whether or not Premi stole that off
yeah,
them,
I don't know
that's
if
a different
someone was
question.
stolen. That was the thing.
It's definitely 3.
Minimum 3.
It's always good to see. We love to see it in play, regardless of what scope we got on the back. Even just the noise of it in the background, kicking off and ending lives is a wonderful thing to witness.
Got to say, for Toxic, this is the first time I'm going to see them with a really good shot at things. Considering they've been losing out players early, they're actually not a bad spot here. So that's good for them, at least. That can be in the back of their minds that they should be in a good position. They shouldn't be the ones kind of suffering early.
He tagged him.
I thought there was a bit of a tag there, but did enough. Going to fall off it. Moonwolf, their rotation route, duly noted, but they seem to be becoming relatively unscathed. Good tag there, actually. Zolta's delivering that one with the 4-1, considering he has 0 sights on that thing. But they are making their way slowly but surely.
Don't stop.
Very slowly, actually. Have they done the car in?
I wouldn't have stopped. I'd just carry on going.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not sure why he's pulled up here. I don't know what the plan is. I know
Maybe
Moonwolf are aggressive, but I hope so. I hope that's the plan. I don't know what's wrong with the car.
Don't stay there, please. No. He's got his health back. I honestly just kept running away. But then again, he might have seen Method on the rotation.
Uh-oh.
Menox
Did Method see him, or was Menox just unable to drive?
Andy definitely heard it as he were driving by. It was the scout that headed off first. Menox also pulled up, and now they'll continue through. But they're all sticking bullets themselves. You can see the trace up in the left-hand corner.
Look at this weird, like... these situations do my head in as a player as well. It's like, okay, well, if they fight him, then I'm dead, but then I have to hope the other team doesn't fight. You know what I mean? Like, you've got Moonwolf on the furthest hill. They're watching Method, watching their other player of Moonwolf, who is watching the players down below. So there's about 3 teams here that could potentially kind of be real nuisances to each other. And there it is. Zoltas did find at least the knock for now with the Mini. Eduko's going to be receiving that. Don't know if they can confirm the kill because of those hay bales in the way. Method could potentially steal that in theory if they get a line of sight on it. But for now, the bleed out's coming in, and this is the awkward part, isn't it? M19, I think, just caught a glimpse as well. One of the players, at least. Not sure how many are with him. No, he's got his full squad there as well. So G-Power going to try and get the hell out of there.
Rotations in abundance. You can see the rest of his teammates. They've got some range between them. I'm seeing a Mini and an M4. So happy days for them. Excuse me, M24. M19 also, as Lauren did touch on, their rotation begins. They'll keep moving forward. And we'll be running through several teams here. M4's are causing problems for all sorts of teams because they've just kind of been a nuisance and constantly banging these cars, which then deters them and runs it. Look, you can see already, Wick's been reactive to this. Cars are getting flooded our way, so now we can steal on this one. Out they go, and there it is. Simple as that. 1-2, just like that. Thank you very much. They're getting absolutely picked apart. That's 2 players. M19 again, 50% of the team is gone. Just like that. 8 minutes and potentially already buggered it. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, not like this.
Oh, this is
not on first
flashbacks.
rotation.
This is another one. Look at this. It is bleeding out from the same issue. So he's done for. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know who got the last. Who's gonna get this kill? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Forza guys. It is. Zoltas gets that kill in the end. Now the Wanderer, sadly, ain't gonna be wandering too far here. He's actually out in the open. I wonder if the Moonwolf players can see it. I wonder if it's them getting the shots in. One did just connect. He's not safe. There are very few safe angles here. This is why stopping these positions is so deadly.
There's a level 3 sat in there though, just on side. I did cop for the, I believe I cop for the vest. Yeah, you could see how reactive Method were. They knew what were going on.
Lovely.
They heard the rotations coming through. And again, this could be speak a bigger volume about the deeper story that is within PUBG. Players will look at the map and they'll say, okay, not only is A, what's a good prime position to set up and where can we hold down, but B, where's a good choke point? Where are players going to be rotating from? Where are the main roads going through? And at the moment, it's a complete and utter bottleneck. You've seen Method just lapping this. Oh, Chris has got eyes on him. So you've got Moonwolf, Method, and yeah, all 3 teams have got a hold of him. This is definitely an F in the chat for the Wanderer. And if they get in that 75% of M19 down in the first 10 minutes of the game, that's brutal. Like, this is one of your teams that we thought would, you know, yeah, I'm going to say a dead cert. We thought they'll do this lobby. They'll be able to, and it's the group of death, mind, but still, I wouldn't expect to see them dying so easily. Or so early, should I say.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky spot coming in. We've seen this happen a couple of times now where teams have made these situations occur and it kind of surprises you. Anyway, back to the situation. Let's see how those rotations come in. Rec, while the teams are quite nicely close towards the circle, have had time to get themselves quite central compared to where they were in previous games, considering they've been going where the plane basically puts them at the start. So they've got themselves come to the northern side of Poser. We've got Toxic, with a team who locked in the northern side quite early, still in a relatively similar position, but quite split up. 3 of them there potentially in very different positions across the map. So again, Odense working their way forward.
They're currently Toxic themselves. Alongside Personal, joint bottom of the table, 66 points. That's
all good.
That's trash, to be honest.
Yeah, Toxic were caught a couple of times early on in game 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken.
What kind of scares me is that accelerator, number 1 to number 16, if you want to put it in that perspective. 700 points plus clear of them. Ali, he bites the bullet. That's the team that originally locked them down. So he was the one with the first knock. So Chris have seen him. So that's a warning shot now. Method have made their presence aware to Force. So again, still 3 teams all locked into those little compounds. Looking at one of the Moonwolf, Method, and Force, for example. I'll take a look at this. Like, help me. Chris has.
Who knocked Ali again?
That would be Chris with the sniper.
That's a nice little 300-ish meter shot. That's not bad.
If you ever watch Chris's stream, he's an absolute banger of a sniper.
Hold on. Toxic, I was hoping they weren't going to be the first down again. They've been having so many issues, but it looks like Rafi's got eyes set towards him, and he's got someone with him in the car as well. So Orkin could be the next to potentially fall. Another Orm. What is going on with this?
What? Why? How? We don't get this in normal games. Thank you, Brendan. If you are somewhere pressing arms, we appreciate you, player.
Who's given him any power?
Just has an arm button. Done. And obviously a red zone button.
Of some beautiful guns, the 24. Big fan. Big fan of it. Not that many bullets though, only 19 there.
What do you prefer,
we
that
do
or
see
the
Rafi. What do you mean?
Do you prefer that or the Carney?
24 these days.
Yeah.
Rafi did get caught. The Toxic boys.
If they go for that vehicle, it'll take them both out.
There's fire coming towards them, so they're not getting completely free shots, but they're far shots. I mean, if it's Haxedi, he's very far away, and I think he actually might be. So Shiv's try to move over. He's going to get to the next ridgeline, full back 1. And let's see if they can get some good cover. We do see Toxic finally in a position where they could be doing some damage. They are uphill. They do have, a good position to be firing from. Haxedi finds a different angle, but he does have a 6 times in the Car 98. So let's see what he can do with it. If that head peaks over too long, if you are outstaying these peaks, he will punish you. How far is he going to get up this hill, though? And he's got the Orm here, so Orkin, you've got to be hoping he lands these shots. And maybe aiming a little too high on that. Close enough, Rafi. Staying alive, barely. You can see how quickly they have to take these shots. You cannot stick around, you will be punished.
I'm going to lean it a little bit more, but that is too close for comfort. They're in a world of trouble, and that's not necessarily why they... I mean, the ideal scenario here is if Hax lands a banger and gets a warning shot from it. That Orm, it's still the only gun in the game that will kill you with a level 3 helmet.
Hold on, Wick's just been found.
That's an answer back. That's a sniper on sniper, obviously, Hawk. We saw his teammate go down from Chris earlier on. So now again they've sent a warning message back to Meth and said, okay, well, 2 can play at that game, boys.
The thing is, Method are in a busy area. This is the thing, that southern side is actually really busy. They started off at Picardo, they've got out here. This isn't particularly far, but Wick's lost his head, and we've seen about 3, 4, 5, 6, so many teams in that southern side fighting for that sort of area. Now, Andy's been picked off. You can't peek anymore. They've basically been told that's 2 different teams who found these picks on you. That's a lot of teams looking your way, so stop peeking the doorways.
The most annoying thing about that, when you think about it in a bigger picture, that's Method there. Oh, and he's been tagged up again, because you don't bleed out that quickly. He's been tagged up again.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get revived at this point. I don't know if they can get the smokes on him. But
bigger story, Method now has 2 players without helmets. Yeah. It's utility-wise, players a bigger factor. You've got 2 players now. In fact, 2, both him and Wick. If they get downed again, they bleed out even faster. But more importantly, they've got to hope to God that there's some level 1s kicking around in there. Otherwise, you're an open target.
Yeah, you certainly are. They just need to get to cover for now. Stop peeking the windows. Just let it calm down for a second. You can fight back once you maybe find a helmet or 2. Toxic on the move. The Orm's still in play for them. They're still okay. Trying to find a way in. They are kind of a couple of rotations. Still working the way around down the blue there. That's going to be Moonwolf. Speaking of Moonwolf as well, the remaining players at the side, the 2 other players who were not with the rotating squad, you can see them in the distance, fighting the other team who's on the way here as well. So weird symmetry in this one. Team Ready, who did brilliantly in just that game prior, might get caught out here, out in the open.
Moonwolf have done nothing compared to when we last saw them though, Lauren. You saw the... Ooh, Simsy. All of a sudden, he's removed from the game, deleted from the server. Squeaky takes a sniper from the hands of Besiktas. That's a pretty big kill for them. Higgy hoping he can hold on for dear life. Finds a tree and a smoke. Just hoping this plant can help him out for a little bit. It's a thick boy, so you do get a bit of cover. He's got 2 to work with, and he's also got the top of a hill, which is...
Oh! Ooh, Higgy run.
Go, my friend, go. Toxic again. Sammy, another toxic player, falls. This is, it seems to be a common theme that we're seeing, Lauren.
They're not quite used to this play style. Maybe not a Miramar team, maybe just not used to this sort of caliber team against them. Yeah, they're...
Dead.
Sammy is done.
Oh,
Sammy is...
Clutch.
Oh,
Clutch it.
Oh!
Clutch it.
No, it's gone actually very poorly there. Well, as now just kind of looting his dead fallen teammate. The circle does shift north. Now, this gets a little bit fun here because we have Red Diamonds down this side, Moonwolf down here, Team Ready down here, Method, M19, Forza, TR. You've got the vast majority of the teams not in the circle and actually on the same side of the circle moving in towards it. So I'll be curious how these rotations work. A lot of teams going early, and I do not blame them. Good approach. Nice read coming out from Team Rec. There was Skoom, Raffi, Haxetti. They're all still alive. I think there was a knock earlier, but they've recovered from that clearly. Now they're going to be heading out towards the quiet side of this, and Ultra got himself the Orm.
He's still lurking from last time we saw him looting in the road, drove by, picked up the gun, but they've lost a player regardless of how powerful that AWM is. A limited amount of ammunition, you need to make sure you put it to good use, and losing a player early, it's not going to be good for them. Red Diamond still to really show the best of what we can see from this roster. Best of luck after game number 1 was up there with the kills and the damage dealing, so living up to the standard, living up to what we kind of expected. Ira holds back while his 2 teammates will push up. And now they have to run the gauntlet. This is it. The dungeon is laid out and all the bosses are in place. Who will fall? Good God, if there's there's 2 teams rotating directly with one another. You can see this now. Antassarai and Team Ready side by side, hand in hand. And once they get through this, Lauren, there's 2 teams directly in front of them.
So is the tire done on that? Yeah, it was. Back tire was done, so they're lucky to get to this position. The Moonwolf boys can hit the deck, get the heal on.
Look at this.
Hope for the best. And
Rex ready for all this.
Rex kind of, I guess, consolidated and worked into the compound. Now they could have teams on the hillside behind them, though. That's a little bit of a worrying spot. It's quite hard to fight when you're staring uphill. That could be tricky. Couple of nades going back and forth. And long-range nades as well. That's Red Diamonds trying to get those to go as far as can. Rustonmar did receive a bit of damage there, so he's going to back away and have to get a heal on.
About 5%, maybe even less HP. He will be able to get his health off.
Let's see how good your arm is.
Sid fancies it. That should get squeaky.
Oh, it does. Oh, that's
Bye-bye.
horrible. It's cruelty at its finest.
Fosvert's down as well. He's dead. He gets picked up by Lauren, should I say, excuse me. Wick does make it out alive.
He does not expect this, surely.
Oh, I didn't see that player.
Wick. They're all in trouble. Method literally backs to the wall gaming here. Sauna
nade.
boys are up top. The nade could be good. It is. It confirms what was started. Andy goes down. Now we're down to Wick and Chris. And Minox in the back lines, he is. So he's still in this one too. Maybe there's still hope yet, but they really need to find a way back in. This position was great until Sauna boys showed their faces over those rocks.
You would not expect a team to be. I mean, it feels a little bit bad, man, that they've kind of hit one another. Because they're both going to, for no reason, or not necessarily no reason, but at this point in the game, you are going to lose teammates, which neither roster wants to do. Andy Pyro's deleted, unfortunately. Grenade finds him and bonks him on the head.
For Rec, actually.
It is, especially with the line of sight that you can get out of that building where Raffi is. Yeah. It's fantastic. You can look out the windows, and then Skoom can take the level 2 and move out, and even he'll be able to look at Odense. I said it right?
Well, man, I'm saying it like I'm Danish. I'm not, but...
Say it like you mean it and commit.
Well, it's because the Pro League finals were there. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where we do a lot of the CS stuff. So it's, we've been told, we've been taught.
We know you're a CS caster, Lauren. All right, you don't have to.
Sorry, I know Ninja. I casted Halo.
God, I hate you.
Disgusting. Well, let's see how this goes. Just rolled up. Forza fresh out the car, and they're going to have someone to greet them. Ims on the other side. He's going to take his time on this one. Rezu, in the meantime, finding a couple of kills. The Moonwolf boys still lining up the kill feed. A dangerous team, this lot. Actually, they just lost out on a player by...
They did, but they're pushing him hard here, which I like because there's nowhere for him to go. If they advance on this on the knock, they might be able to pick up these kills. Literally walking back into yourself. Okay, you've got a vehicle to put off the back off. Look at this flank, though. Ims wants it. He might get...
I like this position from Ims. Really nice.
Confirmed 16.
Oh, and look at this. The split across. So you have one right, one left, and you just work your way around.
This is disgusting.
Pincer around the backside. Now they know there's at least 2 up at minimum. Noti's going to spot another, sprays in, going to try and confirm the kill, keeps a couple of bullets in the clip so he doesn't go down completely without a fight. Going to fall off this, probably going to have to prone it, yet just to make sure he denies line of sight, get the heal in. And now Forza get a second to think. No, they don't. G-Power's just been found, and look at this GS, just quicken the pace, if anything.
They're getting completely eaten alive. Here comes the collapse, and there's the finish. As simple as that. That's an aggressive push. I like that. Commit to it, confirm it, take the position. There's no one behind them, and more importantly, you can take every bit of loot they've got. If you need to upgrade any armor, all right, it might be tanked up and dinked up, but you're still going to be able to apply it. More importantly, there'll be scopes, there'll be meds.
Team ready.
I'm laughing.
Hold on. They're trying to make a move here towards Rec, I'm pretty sure. 6 just worked their way forward. Method under fire from Red Diamond. Sid there, Senpai as well. Wix can be working his way up, isolated from the others, but Orden's still doing nicely. Lux getting knocked down, killed, confirmed there too. So they're picking up kills individually around the place. They're not, as a complete team, wiping people everywhere, but they're certainly being relevant in this.
I didn't realize there's a team directly above them, so they have to be careful while they're looking at Method.
Yeah.
TC have pushed up upon them. Wanderer, 19. They're having a bit of a mess so far this game. Only 2 of them are left, and one of them's, yeah, he's dead. All right, there's only 1 left.
Not ideal. And the Toxic guys staying alive, but not for long. It looks like this is going to be one of those games where we're seeing some of the similar names falling quite early on. I'm not sure where the rest of the Toxic players are. I can't really see them right now, and they could have been one of the first teams to fall. I'm not 100% sure at this point, but it looks like it could again be them falling out in last place.
He falls. Simultaneously, the rest of M19 are trying to do something, but all of a sudden, it looks like Galatasaray are going for a crash, Lauren, and they'll be crashing directly into the open hands of Rec if they're not too careful.
Yeah, there's a lot of third-party potential here. TC just got found. Wix still alive. The SLR doing very nicely. Really good gun on this. I do like the rotations from Rec, though, I wanted to say. They got themselves across the road, which gives them more opportunity to rotate away from it down the line. But for now, you're seeing TC keeping tabs towards Method. A couple of players trying to stay alive. Chris is having none of it. Pushes forward. 4-1-6 to hand. Well-equipped. And well played so far. He can now try and progress further forward. There are still remaining teammates alive of the team he just took down, Maverick, which is an aid whiz over his head.
That could have been glorious. Moving up the hill, they're going to be fighting an uphill struggle battle. Absolutely is. Q Ridge directly above them. Besiktas, that's a feels bad man. 15th position from the that roster you would not kind of expect it from the Diamond Dogs.
No.
Especially with an AWM and level 3s as well that we saw off the back of them. Things don't go their way. Hello, Senpai. He goes down. One of his teammates to his left-hand side also didn't have a helmet. Rezu, Chris, they're both dead and gone. So is O'Connell. Maverick's down. He's been knocked. iZoom's there with the scar. That's a big loss there for Method. That means they're down to 2 individual players that were trying to take that compound and move up, and now it's a battle, unfortunately, from the blue. Maverick will be getting crushed any second as it does. Just peel away at him. Method, Wick again. In fact, they're gone. That's them all.
That's done.
No, no, no. 14th place is not what you want to see happen. Hawken finally making something happen here. They managed to take out Pin. That'll be some good points. Maverick, I don't think, can get out of that one. That's a big nade! Good God.
Oh my, I thought that was going to be all done and dusted. You can see them instantly run away. No more of that. Fast rail going to head off. Wanted, don't you go in that blue. You are not healthy enough for it. Going to just have to peel away from this one. Let's have a look at what we're seeing. Divine Arrow goes down. We're seeing a lot of teams falling here. We're down to 12. That was pretty much at 15 until this circle came through. Until, the last minute or so, there's been a lot of kills. Garbage Man desperately trying to heal through it, and I don't think he can. No, he has done it, and Team Chargers go out of it. The Swarner boys, they rocked up pretty late here towards the northern side. 2-3 teams all staring at them. You can see the damage coming in, but they're still kicking. They're still standing. The car's not.
Lenses on top of the hill, and they've got a really good position. Krillin and Lerone will be able to get a good eye line on this one. Jordan, he might have an angle here. I believe he's got an SLR. Yes, he does, depending on the scope. It's REC, though, are going to have to hold the line here. Shiv finds one, Galatasaray. That's a different fight. Excuse me, I'm talking rubbish. That's a good pick for them, but they've got to be careful. Is that a third party? It is. So Team Ready are on the right-hand side of Rec. They have to hold the line, Lauren.
Rec are the only ones in the circle right now. They, as you said, hold the line. Red Diamonds could potentially third party. Plenty of third party. But there's literally an open road that the 2 other teams have to run across. Smokes can go up. It looks like Red Diamonds are on the move. We are seeing Team Ready making their move. And now we're going to see everyone start to pile forward. Shiv gets a spot, gets a tag, but not the frag just yet. GS might have just made it into the smoke. They're getting right at the door. Oh. Axetti and Rappy need to be ready because Ims is there.
That nade.
Oh, the nade's good. The nade is really good. It's going to get one. Scoom gets another. Confirmed kill as Scoom goes off. GS start to dwindle in numbers. Where are the rest of them? Where is the rest of the team? Can they try and turn this one around? It looks like Rec are literally holding the line. 2 players remain for this team. Team Ready are on the other side of things. They're the next to run the gauntlet.
Rafi wanted it, and he got a little bit aggressive. While I appreciate it, he didn't realize and check his corner on the other side, and he did get tanked up a little bit. It was like a perfect swap maneuver. The grenade, Shiv's extended again. Now the question is, once they get this, are they going to push through?
Lovely
he does.
nade.
It's a banger. Hax gets the call. He might push this one. There'll be teammates on the opposing side. They could pincer this last guy. They push in. There's only one remaining. Where is he? He's in the corner. He's actually hiding behind a box.
Where is that a
Is he
little
on the
gap?
outside?
What?
Or is he behind the box?
He's
got to be behind the box.
Yeah, oh my god, he's in the tiniest of corners. Rafi found pin, so that's the Red Diamonds trying to move in. Team Ready found a car and got out of there. Well, for now, you're going to see Haxetti finding Rafi in the meantime by accident. Maybe walked into it. Maybe something went wrong there. There's got to be issues with the calls here. There's got to be something going on with this one. You're going to see Red Diamonds suffering, though. They're down to a player or two. Ims is still alive. Red Diamonds done for. There's one coming in and getting that last kill, so that's another team altogether. And if record counting, they might be baffled here. It looks like Scoom's still looking, and I like that. Scoom's awareness is very, very good. But Odinsa are holding everything here. They still have a great position. Team Ready now lock in Rec, and everyone else can look down at them.
That's a slight disadvantage. All this has been going on. Team Ready's decide to go behind them and try and get into a really good position, to be honest. They can now be the ones to hold. The unfortunate thing for the Lauren is they're in the open. They're completely sitting ducks out here. If Rec decide to turn on, they'll batter them. They've also got a team uphill that they need to be aware of. Yeah,
they're playing a very dangerous game. I don't know if it's the best of ideas now. One tier, got to be careful. That nade, I thought it was a little bit deeper than it was, but you can see I zoom over here.
They're finding him.
It does look like they are. Yeah, this is what you said. The Team Ready, they're in a good position for one, but sadly, we're very vulnerable to the other side.
If you're going to do something like that, you have to build a little wall of smokes behind you off some sort of vehicle that you can just shove and...
Six Mo's just gone down. I think we're down to one. Mert here. Yeah, last man standing. That smoke ain't going to be good enough. Haxetti's helped him out.
That's a banger.
Oh, that's brilliant for Rec, but Mert gets to live another day. Now, I don't know for how long. Now, Ims is still alive. He could ruin so much here. Rafi's on the move. He does not know what's happening. No one knows that Ims is still in this position. They don't even know this exists. Mert is in trouble. He's been spotted by Haxetti. I'm pretty sure that's where the shots just went towards, or Haxetti was just spraying the smoke. Now, actually, the Sauna boys have just third-partied in towards Odense. Now here comes the fun. So this alleviates the pressure on Rec. Ims is on the move. He could be the kind of dagger in the back. He's taking shots now towards Haxetti. Rafi could be the next in line. You can see Ims find one. He's trying to avenge his fallen teammates. And off he goes. Nade goes down. Can Haxetti get away? Premi's on the top of that one, trying to claim that if he can for himself. And he does. Haxetti is done for. Odense claim it. And if that shot had landed, Premi, you'd be my MVP. Tag towards Rafi, but that is not enough. Ims has just slowed down the Rec boys so much.
This has all come off the back of him doing what he did and just being a nuisance and staying alive for so long. Now Rafi's trapped between a rock and a hard place. Although, look at Shiv. Shiv's getting aggressive. He fancies a bit of this. If he can get stuck in now while they're facing away, Shiv does. He goes up. There's a second one as well. They've just absolutely broken the line. They've pushed this hard. They might be able to take them all out.
It's all Krillian. It's all it's down to. Scoom, he's so unaware, but he's still alive. Can he land the shot? Krillian whiffs a little bit, but he does well enough to find that. And in the meantime, the Sauna boys found Shiv. That is Rec out of their 8th spot for them, and Ims outlives them. Wow. After all of that, he outlives them. We're into 7 teams, 13 players alive. It's King of the Hill, it looks like right now, and the Sauna boys fancy a bit of it.
Ims has just surpassed 3 teams by staying in the corner. That's incredible. Oh, that's even. That's bad.
That's naughty.
That's a curveball and a half. Underharms it, and away we go. 2 are down. Sauna boys, King of the Hill. They're on top. There's 4 of them. We'll look at the back. We have M19 that have made it up into the top 6. They lost so many players individually. Make that the top 5. As Galatasaray, they go down. Now aware, how many players have we got individually? 1 more. It's just going to be finding all these snakes left, right, and center.
It should be down to 2 teams. The guys on your screen right now and kind of Sauna boys. The other 2s are individual players, which is great. M19 still in this, and now here comes the big fight. Now, if you can see it, there you go. That's exactly what I mean. So it's 3 players, 4 players, and then 2 solos. So they're just going to try and stay alive, the 2 solos. These guys, though, it does look like they've worked it out. Mentally, you're just going off the checklist of, okay, well, we pushed up this way. The other team's over there. What's left?
Do the math.
Wiggle in a shed.
Yeah, he knows. He's just playing for placement. There's nothing you can really do about it. Rustamar also actually we didn't really give Accelerate kind of any limelight on this one. Managing to work his way up into the top 4.
The sweaty peak.
I mean, for him, right, it's obviously the difference between what do you get for that? Another 40 points placement plus another 16, so 56 points for this one individual kill.
And he's not healing, so I feel as though he's out of meds in the shed. He's been down that low for a while, and now the Blues moving in, so...
You missed your chance.
Higgy.
You waited all that time.
The double switch. The accidental switch. It's a disaster. The Sauna boys, though, still in a good spot on the other side. 4 players alive. Always going to bode well for you. Dixu going to start considering the flanks. Keep in mind the extremities. The M19 player working their way as far forward as they can. We are going to be seeing Rastamar under fire, and surely that's a confirm. What? Nuki, what's going on? You're great with an nades, but you can't land the one shot. Higgy gets confused. If he can steal that, though, that would be brilliant. If he could steal this, and Rastamar's still alive. This opens up opportunities now for the other team to try and get into the fight. You can see them trying to flex off the back of it. Doesn't work out. Tixu this time fancies his chances, but Rastamar apparently is just the Iron Man. He ain't going down.
Tixu sprays, but unfortunately just runs off the back. Finally, he gets stolen. So Kofist actually copped him on the back. That didn't go their way, the Sauna boys, but they do find the solo.
Down to 2, Rich.
That's simply it. 2 teams, 7 individuals.
4v2, iZoom. Kofist still in this. Higgy still in this. Tixu, Nuki, Yorski. And we'll be seeing if all of these guys, where this is going to go, who's going to get that ideal position. I like the Sauna boys' aggression, that southern push. Look at this. They could catch them off guard. It's 2 players holding lines that you're seeing here, the longer range players, and then 2 aggressive players working up with the ARs. Really nice, smart play, and I think they might have just thought about it potentially. Zoom's jump peeking it. Higgy, unsure of it. Tixu, the banana man's en route. He's fancying it. He's up for the fight, and they might just get it. 3 players this time. Timmy's the one holding the line. Once they see this, they can explode on it as well. A good nade could do this one. I love their assertive play. It's perfect. Now the peaks come in. They need to get at least 1 kill here. They need to make it fast. Otherwise, now it could potentially flip because they got aggressive. So again, they've moved up. The circle sits well for both sides. No one's in a huge deficit in position here.
This could be a really wide flank if he wants to push on it. 9 kills in the bag. It's going well for him so far. Nuki has taken they've gone back into the 2-2. Now they're just collapsing around them. 4 individual players are trying to box these guys in. Kofest the first one to fall. And this could just be a continuation. There's the second. They're looking for the last one now. Tixu finds him. Down he goes. And then just like that, the Sauna boys claim a victory. 400 points in the bag and a tank load of kills.
Absolutely love that play in the final position there. Didn't rest on their laurels. The circle didn't go their way either, but they played it so well. You leave your 2 men kind of spotting on the hill, keeping attention, keeping fire, ensuring the other team can't overly peek. Q-Rage would try and have a little look over, didn't get it. And now on the other side, you can see them working up with the 2 AR players. Really, really well done. But I guess, for me, I'm still so surprised the Rec got caught out. So many teams got caught out by the 1 man who did not go down.
Yeah, that's disappointing. When that happens to you, it's just like we knew someone was there. They waited so long. Even Rafi was just doing his usual thing, playing the backlines and waiting for a potential solo or somebody to mess them up. And unfortunately, he just struck at the right time, takes him out, and then caused the rest of the problem, the knock-on effect, the domino effects there. Everyone just starts nitpicking at Rec and removes possibly their chance of winning that because they got the initial knock onto the Sauna boys
and
at the top.
And they had 4 alive.
They were moving forward. They were looking really good, but everything just fell apart, unfortunately. The big shocker for me more than anything, M19 made 3rd. And
I don't think they got a kill.
No. I mean, what's that? That's 280 points just like that for being able to crawl in. Example, obviously finding that. In fact, he didn't find the kill. He did just survive.
Yeah. Pretty much. Survived in the shed.
Whatever works.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It's like we're looking at Rastamar somehow stayed alive with about 3 teams looking at him. Did really well. 5 kills for him throughout the game as well. So playing very, very good for himself. But overall, Sauna boys played that nicely. I love that final circle from them. I know they could be the heartbreakers because they took down Method, obviously, or at least made it annoying for Method, should I say. They lost down Andy. They hindered their progress. Method went out very early as well. They didn't have the greatest
12,
of games.
13, something like that. I don't see them. In fact, no, it must be below that because I can't see them on our screen. I mean, it's just one of those things that happens. I have to say, it's probably, when you look at this higher end, there are going to be times like that. I mean, when we were looking at the position where Method did get pushed on by the Sauna, it's like, why are you both here? Of all things.
Yeah, it's...
But at a pro level, these guys know the nooks and crannies. They know what's best to go. They're always thinking one circle ahead. All right, if we're in this position, where can we advance from here? What vehicles do they have? And clearly that was either just a stroke of unluck, or maybe they knew it was a good position to roll off the back of.
It certainly could be. I mean, I'm not going to doubt it. Exactly. If it works, it works. I will not. I feel for Rec, though. I do feel for them.
Yeah,
Ims there was... that little box corner that you can get into, that was so cheeky.
I didn't even know about that. I'm not going to lie about it, to be honest with
you. No, I'm sure people will be taking notice now when they watch that back, just kicking themselves. Anyway, interview is ready. Let's hear from the winners down on the stage.